Hello, Willowbrook family. Today's daily Devo is found in Luke chapter 19, verses 1 through 10. Now, think back to middle school gym class when it was time to pick teams. The captain of each team start choosing players. The best athletes get picked first. And there I'm standing there trying to look confident, but already prepared to be picked last. You see, when you're not much of an athlete, you expect people to pick you last. Now, I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but imagine this twist in the illustration. The captain pauses, looks right past the most obvious choices, and then points directly at you. I want you on my team first. Everyone stares. You weren't the fastest, the strongest, or the most impressive, but the captain saw something others didn't. You didn't earn the spot, you were chosen. And that's a Zacchaeus moment. And this is what our Devo is about today. He wasn't the guy who anyone would pick, he was the outsider. The people avoided him. And Jesus stopped, looked up in a tree, and called him by name. Zacchaeus, I choose you. Now, the story opens with Jesus going to Jericho, known as the City of Palms. Jericho was wealthy, located near a major trade route, and home to many priests and Levites. It was a prime tax collection point for goods moving between regions. And living there was a man named Zacchaeus. And he wasn't just a tax collector, he was the chief tax collector. More than likely, he oversaw the other tax collectors. This group worked for Rome, often overcharging their own people and keeping the extra profit. This made them wealthy and hated. Zacchaeus was curious about Jesus, so he did something that was very unusual for a man of his wealth. First, he ran, and second, he climbed a tree. See, a wealthy man would never do those things because it was undignified. He was more wealthy than most would ever be, but still empty and searching at the same time. Hmm, who was this Jesus that everyone was talking about? Because he was so short, he climbs a tree to get a good look. Now, Zacchaeus was wealthy, influential, and miserable. His position gave him status, but robbed him of peace. The crowd's hatred and his own guilt likely haunted him. Then Jesus comes right up to the tree, looks up, and calls Zacchaeus by name. That alone surprised him. Then Jesus invites himself to his house. This is the only time Jesus invited himself to someone's home. See, back in those days, when you ate at someone's home, it meant acceptance. It could also be seen as sharing someone's sin. The crowd saw this as a scandal. But even though Jesus knew that there would be pushback, he insisted. Once they arrived at the home of Zacchaeus, I imagine the conversation was deeply spiritual and convicting. Zacchaeus later tells Jesus that he'll give half of all he owns to the poor, and if he has cheated anyone, he'll pay them back 4 times as much. All because Jesus was intentional and called his name. It wasn't Zacchaeus' climbing effort that earned salvation. It was the invitation of Jesus and the response of Zacchaeus. This is like grace in motion. The Savior calls, the sinner responds, and a life is transformed. So, for us, the call is the same. Jesus knows your name. He sees past the crowd, past your shame, past the life you've lived, and he says, I must stay at your house today. And your part in believing in him is to come down, open the door, and let him in. You see, he wasn't picked because he was worthy, but because Jesus came to seek and save the lost. And the same Savior still looks past the crowds and calls us by name, no matter how long we've been stuck on the bench. Have a great day in the Lord, Willowbrook.